Well, it's the balance, right?
You got to trust them.
Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone to the City Advertising and Promotion Commission for October the 27th at 6 p.m. at the auditorium. Carol, will you please call our roll?
Patrick.
Here.
Jeff.
Here.
Harry.
Here.
Melissa.
Here.
Carol, I'm here. We have a quorum. James is absent.
Thank you. We also have our approval of our minutes here, so I'm going to give everybody a
Make a
second.
motion to approve the minute.
I second.
Okay, I want to take a chance to look at them.
Already read them.
Okay. Any discussion on the minutes? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Minutes are approved. Thank you. We have our staff reports, so I'm going to start off with Madison. You have a report for us?
Yeah. So to start off, I'm going to introduce, we have a couple of visitors today. We have Nicole Brownell. She's the VP of our digital marketing for Paradise. And we have Rudy Webb. He's our Chief Strategy Officer. So if they want to come up and talk to us a little bit about marketing, and if you guys have any questions for them, you know, they're reps for Paradise for us. We've been doing some great things, some great regional marketing. So if you have any questions for them, go ahead.
Sure. Hey,
Good
Rudy.
evening. Yeah, good to see you all. Rudy Webb with Paradise Advertising. So, yeah, we were in town working on some efforts with NADA and obviously representing Eureka Springs at the table along with everybody else that's a part of that group. And just wanted to get over and say hi to everybody. We really don't have anything to present today. We're starting the planning process as we're getting into fiscal year 2022. So you're going to see a lot of interaction with Madison and you all once we get to that point. And I know that you're coming up on budgeting here soon too, so that'll be a part of that process. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, but we didn't have anything to present today.
I wanted to mention that we wrapped up our brand photo shoot. They were here a couple of weeks ago and went really well. With some rain, so we had to combat that a little bit. And then we're going to have them come in. We don't have hard dates yet, but hopefully in November to do the second half. It's not really brand photo shoot, but it'll be more, less conceptual and more content. So a lot of going around town and finding some good photo assets for our social media. We're excited about that. As far as I'm going to talk about a little bit about our regional marketing that we're doing.
Thank you, Rudy.
For
Did anybody have any questions before we let him go sit down? No? Okay.
No.
We'll call you back
Thank
up
you,
in a
Rudy.
minute.
Before you go, how's the weather in St. Petersburg?
It's hot. I think it was 90 when we left, so it was really nice to have
this
some
is
cooler
nice.
weather. Yeah.
Sorry, just playing.
We've done a couple of commercials for our regional campaign. Right now we have two that we're going to show you. These are both for KY3 out of Missouri. They will hit the state of Missouri and the state of Arkansas. This one right here that's on, that actually aired today, earlier this morning. I think it was 11:30 and then at 5:30. We can go ahead and play that.
We are out here on location in one of the most unique places that you can be during the Halloween season here in the Ozarks. I am joined by Kylie, who is the local expert here in Eureka Springs. Kylie, thanks for being out here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell me, what is so special about Eureka Springs here in the fall season?
In the fall, Eureka has so many exciting events, particularly around spooky season or Halloween. Interestingly, Eureka Springs is actually, one of its many nicknames is the Halloween City.
Okay.
And that's because we have such a multitude of events, from ghost tours, really creepy underground tours of tunnels, seances, magic shows. There's really something for everybody here.
Okay, so what makes Eureka Springs so spooky? You were kind of talking about the limestone earlier, right?
Yeah, so we were actually talking off camera about the limestone tape theory, which is a really interesting paranormal theory where limestone as a natural material kind of acts as a recording device.
Okay.
And Eureka Springs is built entirely of limestone. The building behind us actually is the Western District Carroll County Courthouse.
Right.
It was constructed in 1908 of entirely limestone, and maybe it holds some secrets of the past for us.
And can you go a little bit deeper into that, because I understand there's kind of some unique stories with this building?
Yeah, so I actually work every single day in the courthouse, and everybody that works there has had a couple interesting things that we can't quite explain. I know I've been in there late at night and you never feel like you're entirely alone. We also have secret hatches in the courthouse that connect to the underground tunnel system.
Interesting.
And then we have a safe that's actually original to this building. And you'll go in there and find stuff knocked off of shelves. You'll go in and stuff will suddenly fall on you. So it's kind of an interesting little area in that building.
So have you ever had anything happen to you while you're in there?
I haven't been lucky enough yet, but I've definitely felt kind of spooky, a little bit on edge when I've been in there at night especially.
Okay. Notice she says she hasn't been lucky enough. I think a lot of people would think that's unlucky, but to each their own. So what kind of stuff is there to do here in Eureka Springs during the spooky time of year?
Yeah, so this year there will be downtown trick-or-treating on October 30th.
Okay.
They're also having a really exciting showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show
All right.
in the Odd also on the 30th. So I know that all the locals are excited to get back to some of the Halloween spirit this year, and we're definitely excited to have tourists join us for the season.
And if people want more information on some of those events, do you guys have a website they can go to?
Yeah, they can go to eurekasprings.org to find a full calendar of events and find the event that they're looking forward to this Halloween season.
All right, wonderful. Thanks so much for all the information and thanks for being out here.
Thanks for having me.
So that one aired today, twice. It's on The Place, which is a segment on KY3. We'd like to thank Kylie over at the city. She did that for us. She's awesome. And then we have another one. So the one that you're...
Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Ooh, I'm curious indeed.
So that one has not aired yet. It will air, I believe, on November 18th, all the way through the week of Christmas. That is also on KY3.
Was that
Molly, I'm sorry?
Was that produced by them?
It was.
Okay.
We provided some photo assets and things like that. They came down here to get some B-roll, but they primarily used it for our segments. Molly and I also did one similar to Kylie's, but for the Shop Local season, the Christmas Shop Local season. Like I said, that'll air on 11/18 all the way through the week of Christmas. In addition to that, commercial-wise, I'm going to, possibly Molly and I both might be going to Tulsa soon to do another segment on News on 6 there. It'll be similar to the Shop Local Christmas season. We will be working on some photo assets. Hopefully, we will have time this weekend to do some trick-or-treating Halloween photo assets for next year. I'm hoping we can do that. And I think as far as marketing, I'm hoping I can start working on some more high-level things, working into next year, high-level marketing soon. I'm trying to wrap up this Q4 campaign and look into that. And I think that's it, unless you guys have any questions.
That was a part of our campaign. That you
These were all part of our
for that
Q4.
Okay.
fourth quarter campaign that
Yep.
we approved. What else is left in that campaign? Was it social media? What else was
So we have
there?
social media. We're going to push Google ads in November and December.
Is that for shopping?
Shopping, November and December. So for November, December, we're pushing Shop Local and holiday events. We're putting together programs for every weekend in December, so those first 3 weekends. We have Santa in the Park every Saturday. We have carolers at least for one weekend. I'm trying to fill those other 2 weekends with either carolers. I'm juggling around the idea of trying to get some local bands to just do some Christmas music if I can't find carolers. So we're just trying to kind of fill those so they can come on Friday and then stay through Saturday. I think that's it.
Do you have access to the style guide that Paradise produced for us?
Yes.
Okay. Probably need to try to see if you can get people to adhere to that a little bit tighter,
Yeah.
because I kind of, at the end of that commercial, it was a little loose.
So we have some tweaks on it. It just went up, and then they sent that to us this
Let's
past
say that
week.
one hasn't aired yet, so.
That one hasn't aired yet. So we have some tweaks that we want to give them. There's a couple of,
Sorry,
with the
Rudy.
snow
I'm
falling.
I'm a branding guy. I spent most of my career in branding, and it really bothers me when I see someone not adhering to the brand.
yeah, so there's a few little things
That's
that
just-
we have a free edit through that commercial that
Good.
they produced. So we've already kind of contacted them a little bit about that. Anyway, so
Yeah,
there's a couple
that's
of
great.
things that we had planned to do.
Cool. That's it.
Any questions?
Anything else in your report?
I don't think so. I think I'm good.
Okay. Molly, do you have a report for us?
I do. So the piece of paper you all have with the odd letterhead, it's just kind of a little schedule of all the events we have happening in the odd. So I'm sure most of you have heard that we have had to postpone Marshall Tucker from this Friday to March 25th. That was due to a COVID illness in the band. Another change made in the schedule, we were supposed to have Cocoa Peru on the 6th for Diversity Weekend, but that was moved to Spring Diversity on April 2nd. And then lastly, we have on the 19th of November, we're supposed to have Sawyer Brown, but that was canceled as well. But on the sheet, just a couple of notes about each show, like how many tickets are sold, if they're postponed, the date, the time. So that's just what's happening in the odd for the rest of the year.
Questions?
As far as what's happening for the rest of the year, do we have anybody, possibility to fill those vacancies that, like Sawyer Brown's and Cocoa Peru's?
So I know that I've been talking with Larry a lot, and he wants to fill those dates in, so it is definitely a possibility.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Do you have an update for Folk Festival?
So Nancy was supposed to come tonight, but she unfortunately couldn't come. We're just boosting all of our events on Facebook, doing last-minute radio, and we have a couple of TV spots. So those are all deployed right now. As far as Folk Fest, though, everything's going very smoothly, and everything's on track. So.
It looks like Todd Snyder's doing pretty well, but
Yeah.
the main show here on the 13th, Gangsta Grass, not so good.
Yeah, that is our one big challenge, is to push Gangsta Grass, and we've done a bunch of deployment this weekend of social post boosting them. So
I actually think that'll probably pick up some.
I agree.
I'm 80 tickets. Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, we just got some new assets from their promoter, so
I
we'll be
saw they
putting
were
that-
asking for, or looking for nomination for Grammy.
Yeah,
And also that crowd most likely is sort of like some of the people that book at our place. They wait till the last minute.
That's
Right.
great.
So,
Their last-minute booking kind of.
yeah.
And
So that's
did
what
I
we'll-
see that they actually tagged us on their Facebook?
They did.
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
That's
so
great.
that'll reach a bigger audience.
Yeah, that'll reach a bigger, yeah, definitely. And it'll be directly to their people.
Right.
That helps.
Yeah, that will definitely.
Cool.
Okay. Did you have anything else?
No.
Anybody else have any questions for Molly?
No?
Thank you. Karen, do you have a update report?
We have one motor coach coming for the remainder of the year from New Jersey. I talked to the operator last week. She's up to 38 passengers. December 8th, 9th, and 10th. As of last week, this trip was still going to make. So I'm hoping that they do get to come. I've talked to Madison about a couple of associations that I think we should think about re-upping our membership to, ABA and TAP. There's still money in the group travel budget that I could do that with.
How much is in that budget?
19,555. Group travel is kind of a out of sight, out of mind market, and I think maybe we should think about starting to get our name back out there. For next year, for sure. I mean, this time of year isn't very typical for motor coach travel, but March, April is. And I've got 5 operators that I'm working with for March and April right now. Nothing definite, just building itineraries that they're hoping they'll be able to sell. So, and there are a couple of trade publications I would like to do some print with that I could use that money for. It would not go over what is remaining in the budget at all.
Okay.
Karen, could you explain what ABA and TAP is?
Sure. ABA is the American Bus Association.
Okay.
That is the largest motor coach industry association in the nation. TAP is Travel Alliance Partners. It is a much smaller organization. It's also invitation only. And for the past 10 years, Eureka Springs is the only city in Arkansas that has had an invitation to attend. So we are guild members. We have hosted their board meeting here August of 2018. Their board spent a week in Eureka Springs. I was going through their website today, and they do have about 6 what they call guaranteed departures. A guaranteed departure, they can have 2 people, they can have 20 people. The trip is going to make, regardless. They have about 6 or 8 of them where Eureka Springs is included in the itinerary, either exclusively or with other cities within our area.
Okay. That's good. Will you keep on that, please?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
I've been trying to help Scott. Unfortunately, I'm a little challenged at some of that stuff as I don't know how to do it either. Phone calls with auditorium information, and that's pretty much how I fill my days.
Okay.
So,
Hey, Karen, Patrick, what is the best way to market to those tour operators? Is that really the best choice?
well, I want to put a couple of print ads out because that's what they look at. They have those things on their
Do
desk.
we ever really apply advertising or marketing to the end user, to the actual visitor, the one that's on the motor coach, the traveler?
No, other than me actually being on the motor coach with them.
Right, okay. So it's best to try to work with the motor coach companies and
Right.
the associations.
Right.
Okay, that's
right.
good.
And there are, I don't know, there's, again, included in this money that I'd like to spend, I included registrations for ABA, which is in Grapevine, Texas next year.
Do they have?
So I could drive. However, registration deadline has come and gone, so I don't know if we would be able to get in. I'm sure attendance might be low, considering, and I may be able to squeeze in, but I have not researched that farther because I've not had to go ahead to spend the money.
Right.
So
is there an opportunity to not only just do something in print, but also something digital?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Group Travel Leader, who I have worked with all the years, also has digital. I think Paradise did some things that we sent
Oh, good.
for their online publications, and e-blast and things like that we were sponsors for.
Yeah, I really believe in advertising these days and diversifying.
Right, right.
Different mediums.
Right.
Hit 'em
I
from
just
all
think we
angles.
need to really think about getting our name back out there.
Yep.
Okay.
If we
That's-
want to attract that market, we need to strike. So, anything else?
Well, put together a proposal, bring in what you need and bring it to us,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, for the money that's remaining or
Yeah.
for 2022 or
Well,
both?
what you were just talking about,
We probably want
The
to spend that.
19,000?
We
Yeah.
probably want to spend that at the end of this year so
Yeah.
that we can be applying it. We don't want to wait until next year.
Right.
It's too
Right.
late, you
Yeah.
know.
So,
2 to 3 months, 4 months in advance would be better.
Well, we have Crowd Rift too that we got to talk about, which is membership, but that's later in the,
Okay.
okay.
yeah,
All right. Thank you.
thank you. Okay, so that ends our staff reports, and do we have public
Thank you,
comments?
Karen.
Anyone, public comments? No? Okay. Any agenda updates? Has anybody got anything that
Need to
they?
add the elevator.
I've got the auditorium updates on here. Can we just
Okay.
keep it underneath there? I've
Sure
already.
could.
I knew we would be.
I wanted to add, and it may not be the right time, maybe we need to add it for the next workshop, is to start discussing a web development budget.
Okay, so that is in the budget discussions? And
Okay,
that's something
great.
that we've already,
Excellent.
Paradise and Madison
I
has
have one
already.
contact so far, and I just want.
Yeah, so I don't see any, that's on the radar for.
Okay. Sounds good.
And as a part of our third-year plan with Paradise, it included, that was our 3-year plan with them, was the website update, which
Okay.
is desperately needed.
As far as the renovation of the office, I guess we need to see what's, maybe make some decisions on getting going
Yes.
there.
So if we don't have any other updates, then we'll just move into old business, which takes us to auditorium. So we'll start with
Okay.
this
Sounds good.
mobility. Okay. And this is something you worked on, right? So I'll let you
Yes.
just, okay.
Yeah. And we finally got well, this has been around a little bit, but we got a quote, a definite quote. It's under 36,000, just barely. But since there's no one else out there, this is a full install. They take out the old one and dispose of it and install the new one and make it work properly for 35,000.
And this one meets the requirements that we needed? I mean, it
It
meets
meets
the
all the ADA requirements. It's battery powered, it's got a
60 pounds
650 pound,
weight capacity, yeah.
so, it'll work if the power goes off. It'll lift any,
Oh, so this
most any wheelchair.
is battery, got a battery, I guess it's got a battery backup then, right?
Yeah, it actually runs off the battery and has a charger.
Okay. So I guess my only question is does this have to, do we need to try to find other bidders, or is it,
No, we don't.
okay.
It's a
I don't know.
$50,000 limit.
Oh, okay.
So it was jacked up this last year by the legislature because of inflation. So we can take this bid without worrying about it.
All right. Well, I'm going to make a motion that we accept the bid of 101 Mobility LLC and buy this lift. I second.
Okay, and that is, there is a number on here, Q211005001. I'm assuming that's the number on there if we want to document that.
That's the contract number, yes.
If we want to document that. Okay. Any discussion? We've got, any more discussion on this? Okay, we'll just do an up and down vote because I think we'll be unanimous. All in favor of 101 Mobility?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Do we need to designate what budget that comes out of? We want to take it out of next year's budget, or is that going to be in this year's budget? I guess we need to clarify.
I would say if we're going to get started this year, it's got to be in this year's budget.
Okay, so we might want to designate, do we want to take that out of a reserve, or Scott, you might want to help us with where we want to, or do you want to make a recommendation for the next meeting on where we would find this money? Okay,
Okay.
I think so we'll approve it, let's get it on order, and then next week, when we do our budget talks, we'll figure out where this is going to come
I
out.
don't know, I don't know what kind of deposit they need to get things rolling. If it doesn't say anything about that, I'll call him.
Orders
Find out.
require a
We-
75% deposit for curved, but 25% of the total order. Minimum 50% deposit, and contract may not be canceled once the manufacturer shipped the order. I'd probably say 50%.
Looks like 50%. Unless it's a custom order. Is this a custom design, or do we know?
Oh, yeah.
So it's a 75%
75%,
deposit.
yeah.
Okay. We can always have if need be, we can have a special meeting if we need the money.
Scott?
Oh,
Yeah.
Scott's up.
Since we're not, well, to include it in this year's budget, we'd have to go ahead and probably set up a line item or designate a line item to pay the deposit out of. But we do have, if my memory's right, around $311,000 in our reserve account.
Oh,
So I'm not sure if we designate that for capital improvements to the odd or, but that money has been set aside for quite a few years.
Yeah.
So you have that available.
I would probably recommend that we create a line that's capital expenditures, and that we put some of that reserve money in there, and then let's go ahead and pay for this. And we can just make that a separate motion in a
Okay.
second
Do-
to do that.
you want a motion now?
Yeah, let's do that.
I move that we do a line item and that we use some of our reserves for the line item, capital expenditures.
Yeah.
I
Will
second
that work for our budget and the capital expenditures line?
It will.
Yeah.
I will second that.
All right.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
So we'll
you'll
need a
create that
check?
for us, and we'll get a check to them for 75%.
I
and
need a
get it.
check to,
That's going to be nice.
Well, it's definitely needed, right?
Yeah,
We
we need it.
need to make sure that we can get everyone in here, and we can get them in and out safely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, that's,
much needed.
What it is.
Okay, so I can give you guys an update. You know, we approved for next year's budget to do the support beam, and so I reached back out to Butch to make sure that we didn't have to put that out for bid. And it's, so that particular, the support beam is a change order to the overall scope of work, and it will be overseen by the city. So it's part of that scope of work, and it's a change order, and they are putting it out for bid. So that company, which is Nabholz, they'll put it out for bid, and they'll take the best bidder, the lowest bidder, whatever the process is there. So I just wanted to update everybody on that. What else do we have under auditorium? I think Madison has,
I do. Sorry, diligent note-taking. So, moving right along with our office move plan, we've spoken to the contractor. Just to remind everybody, it was approved $2,800 to use for some renovations down in the auditorium office. We're going to go ahead and get the floors done in there. He pulled some carpet up today. We originally thought we would be able to redo the original flooring down there. It's a big mess. It's going to take a lot more than we thought it would. So we're going to go ahead and get laminate flooring, just so everyone's aware. We're hoping that process will start by this time next week. So he thinks it's only going to be a few days from start to finish.
Great.
That means that by the time he's there, we have to move all of that big office stuff out and get it to wherever it's going. Just to give you guys an update on that. I've done some office furniture research. These are, you should have this in your packet there. These are some average numbers. We think we could get some pretty good office furniture for this budget. I did some research. I kind of fact-checked it a bit. And if you guys have any questions on that, go ahead and let me know. I will put this on order as soon as it's approved, so we can get it here by the time the floors are done.
I think we should draft Patrick over there to help with the layout of that
I've offered, yeah.
and what we can get.
Okay. Well, they came up with a total of $4,950, so that's about $5,000. I think that's reasonable.
And so anything that we sell, right, is it going to be added to this, or
Right,
or
so
we're going to
we-
take it out of, right? So if we sell $2,000.
Right, so this is a total for what I think we'd be paying for,
Yeah.
for office furniture, what we would purchase. There's some things in there that we think we could sell. Carol's been awesome in helping us with that.
Oh, that's great.
Anything that we sell would go against this amount, right? So, if we sell $1,000 worth of office, and that's just a number off the top of my head.
We've got a conference table available at the old office.
Yeah,
It's spoken
I
for.
talked to Lynn.
It's spoken for. The city asked us basically to make the furniture available to other departments. Parks wants the table.
Before we sold it, right?
Right, before we
right.
sold it, Parks
Okay.
wants the table, and someone else wants an L-shaped desk. So that's all they
Well-
claimed.
We could have used the table.
No, not here. That's not what they want. They want something that's more
New and
easily
modern.
movable.
Yeah, and mobile, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make a motion that we approve $5,000 for office furniture budget to fluctuate with what we sell.
I second.
Okay. Any additional discussion on that? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Also, if anyone has any recommendations for good websites for office furniture, I'm just kind of going off what I can find. So I think I've sent it out to a few of you, just if you have any comments on that, let me know.
Okay. We have any other old business on the auditorium? I think that covers,
Leaks are being fixed.
we're getting some stuff fixed.
Oh,
I
the
think that
one over here?
They've been working.
Yay.
There's nothing's wet over there now, for the first time
Woo-hoo.
Yeah,
in 2 years.
right.
So that is
That's good.
keeping the building from
That's
falling
exciting.
down.
Okay. If we don't have anything else in the auditorium, we do have some new business with Crowd Riff. I think that you'll see, Madison can lead us through this, but it looks like Crowd Riff is, I'll let you tell us, Madison, what this is and how it works.
So just for some background, CrowdRiff is a platform we use that we get all of our organic social media photo assets. The contract is a co-op agreement between the state of Arkansas and us. The total amount is $15,000. They pay half and we pay half. So the contract that you guys have shows $7,500. We actually lapsed in August. They've held it open for us, in good faith. We've used this for a number of years. I reached out to Sarah, our Paradise rep, to explain it a little bit more to me. She had some points that she wanted to tell you guys. The CAPC has participated in the CrowdRiff Co-op for $7,500 prior to Paradise coming on board, so it's been here for a while. The platform provides an opportunity to engage with users. The platform provides consent and rights approval to utilize real-time imagery of the destination. This is an authentic representation of the traveler's experience. It's really great for our marketing efforts as far as social media goes. If you want to look at a more robust option, we can go through that, but it wouldn't be the co-op through with the state, so it would be significantly more. We do not have this in our budget. It wasn't allocated in the budget for this year. I don't know if it was supposed to go under another line item. I don't know, but we do have $7,000 left in our membership line.
Scott, how much is in that membership? What do we have left?
I believe
Don't.
the total was $20,000. We've used 13, so I think we have 7,000 left.
So we're only $500 short. from
We're only
just
$500
being
short. If we
out
wanted
of
to
our-
put it against that line, we would just have to, move a little bit, which I would suggest doing. I think Scott would probably suggest doing as well, and he might have some comments on that. But if you have any questions, I think, Rudy and Nicole might be able to answer some as well, because they use it. With CrowdRiff, Molly and I are going to do a full training with them on November 4th. They're going to show us their platform. I've only seen it. It looks pretty user-friendly. it's imperative for our social, what they use daily for social media posts.
So we just need to move $500 and we're,
Essentially, we
Okay.
need to move $500 from somewhere to that line.
Scott, you got a place we could move $500? Okay, so where do you want
It's really
to
raining.
make a recommendation so we can get a clear motion for that? Step up that mic there. Sounds like the rain's really coming down now.
Oh, yeah, it's, we're right in the middle of a cell.
I don't have my budget in front of me now because I'm moving.
You want mine?
Yeah.
Let's carry this up here.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my, oops, where are we?
Middle.
No.
Oh, geez, there's more coming, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Do you guys have any questions about crowd riff at all?
We're going to let
While we're
him.
waiting?
I don't. We did have a little bit of conversation with Rudy about it just before we walked in here, and it seems like that $7,500, that's going to save us some money being in the co-op.
Right.
Yeah.
My only two things that I want to make sure is that we're getting full access to CrowdRiff, that we're not getting a lower version, and then number two, I don't see a start and end date on that contract. On that invoice, it just doesn't say it starts here and ends there. I want to make sure that, you know, we're if it's $7,500, does that mean it's the rest of this year? Is it start?
There might be a back page to this that I didn't
Okay.
print out, but I will, before we sign, do all of that. I'll
Yeah.
double check with her, and I'll ask her both of those questions. I'm pretty certain that we have full access to CrowdRiff.
Okay.
I haven't had any complaints from Audrey or Sarah. They seem to,
Yeah, I think we just want to make
it
sure.
works for what we needed, and I think it's pretty inclusive.
Right. So my understanding of the co-op is that because a lot of people in the state go through it, that in that co-op, we get a little discount. So we're
Yes.
getting it for 50%.
Right.
So, okay, you got a recommendation?
My recommendation is to take the $500 out of office maintenance account 6091, and that would actually drop that to $1,500 a year, and it would increase membership account 6046 to $20,500. And that would cover it.
Okay. So how much is it showing we have in membership now?
20,000.
Are we going to need, I mean, because that's enough, obviously, to pay the $7,500. Is there other memberships that we have due? Do we know?
Not that I know of that's coming.
Well, then we don't, if that's the case, we don't need to change anything, and we just pay it, and if something else comes up, you'll let us know.
Well,
Right.
Didn't you say you've already spent 13, so that just lets
Yeah, so
They only, they know
you're-
they only have 7 in it.
Okay.
So,
Is that right, Scott?
That's right.
Okay. Well, then let's move $500.
Okay.
We need a motion and a second
Okay.
on that.
um,
And you want to be specific on what
okay,
lines were they? 6?
What we need to do is under office maintenance account 6091, we need to reduce that annual budget from $2,000 to $1,500 and move the $500 up into the membership line, which is account 6046, which would give that an annual total of $20,500.
So we want to move $500 from 6091 to 6046.
okay.
Correct.
I'll make a motion that we continue with CrowdRiff. We will move $500 out of 6091 to a balance of $1,500, move it to 6046 to a balance of $2,500.
Okay?
Second.
Excuse me, I believe it's 20,500, am I correct?
Oh, 20,
That would be the new balance.
yeah,
for
the new
membership.
balance is 20,500.
Okay. We got a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any more discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries, so you'll get that paid, and we'll keep using CrowdRiff. Thank you for the update on that. That's all that I have. So we got comments?
Nope.
No comments?
No?
Ron, thank you for the light on the speaker. That's wonderful. Appreciate it.
Okay. I want to thank Scott. You have really stepped up and done a amazingly wonderful job. I know this has been a really tough year in a lot of ways, but we're getting, the ball is rolling. We're, I think, heading in a really good direction. I like what is happening with the odd, and, you know, COVID just keeps kind of throwing us a curve, but we're going to get past it. So I thank our staff, I thank our commission, and just, I also want to say, I got to see the August sales tax numbers, not CAPC, but our cities. Darn, they were down, we were over 300,000, they were down to 275, which August is traditionally slow.
Yeah.
But we were still in the top 7 of the last 10 years of any month. So I guess we're doing something right.
Yeah, so we're still trending up.
Oh, my God.
We're
Yeah.
up about 25% as a whole, and
Yeah.
we're projecting that we're going to end the year tourism-wise up 25%. So that's positive. We have a lot of positive stuff
Yep.
going on.
Considering the pandemic is still going on.
Yeah,
We've had to cancel shows.
absolutely. And so I just feel like we're headed in a positive direction, and I appreciate everyone's effort, and the staff is working hard to try to, I mean, there's a lot, and everybody's working hard.
thank
Everybody's
you.
got a good attitude to do that, so
Yep.
I'm just appreciative also of that. And I want to
Me
thank
too.
Rudy.
Thank you, Paradise.
No call
Yeah,
for
thank you,
being here. Thank you
Paradise.
guys for just driving over just to say hi. I appreciate that very much. Okay, motion to go home?
I second it.
Nope, you got to make it first.
Oh, you need a motion. I thought you were making it.
No, you can't.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now you can go home.
Yeah. Not